Hitman, easily one of the finest games of the last decade and one of the best examples of what a live service game can be, has been on the Switch 1 for a while now, but in a cloud version format. It was an interesting experiment to say the least. It worked, but unless you had a stable internet, it wasn't really worth it. But now the entirety of the new Hitman trilogy is available now on Switch 2, subtitled the Signature Edition, packing in all the DLCs and levels for the Ultimate Hitman package. But how did they do? Let's find out. For those who've never played the rebooted Hitman series before, you play as Agent 47, the titular Hitman, as you travel across the globe taking down all manner of nasty people. You pick your level and tools, and you'll then let loose to take down the targets as you see please. And no, all guns blazing isn't an option. You have to find opportunities, a bit of a trial and error here and there to take them out and then escape. Each stage is huge. You think once you've taken down the target, that's it. Oh no. Very much like Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, there's many different ways to tackle the missions. That makes each playthrough a completely different experience. Add in loads of unlockables and achievements for each stage. You could say that to master each stage would take upwards of 10 to 15 hours. It's that impressive. With well over 20 locations here, there is well over 100 hours of content just for those levels alone, but the game chucks in even more your way with escalation targets, side modes such as Sniper Challenge, and even a roguelike mode. There's a heck of a lot to do. The game also reuses a lot of levels to make new story side missions, and on paper you might think that sounds a bit dodgy, but no, Hitman really does reuse content perfectly, and each of these feel like an entirely new level and well worth playing. The game is a live service, and I do hate that word and type of game, but I honestly do think Hitman is the ultimate live service game, as it's constantly receiving new content, and as of time of writing, there's a new limited edition contract where you take down the Chifa from Casino Royale in the game, and yes, he is played by Mads Mikkelsen as well. It's always a joy to go back to the game and see what new. It's an ultimate murder puzzle sandbox, and it's an absolute joy. Unfortunately, being a live service means you have to be constantly connected to the internet all the time to save your game, as if you play offline it won't sync and save, annoying stuff that is unfortunately like it with all other versions of the game. As for the Switch 2 side of things, there's no new content here, but a couple of free cosmetics to resemble Mario and Luigi that's included with the physical keycard version of the game, but that's it. Onto the performance now, and it's definitely a bit of a mixed bag here. The game aims for around 720p in handheld, whilst 1080p in docked. And unfortunately, whilst docked, the game looks a bit rough, with some muddy textures and the like. Thankfully, on handheld, it actually looks pretty impressive and clean, and this is probably mainly due to the smaller screen. But unfortunately, the frame rate's a bit of a mess. I was honestly expecting 60 FPS, but we have an unlocked frame rate here that is around about 30, and it can drop quite a bit even at 30. It's a shame that 60 FPS isn't even possible on the game at the moment, because it kind of was on the PS4 and the PS4 Pro, as they had a better, more stable unlocked frame rate than this. It could just be an optimization issue, and a future update would fix this. Hopefully so, but at the moment, the frame rate is very dodgy indeed. I've also had a few crashes and glitches during my time with the game. Prompts won't load, the game just crashes on the Paris stage multiple times. It's very strange stuff, so something to be aware of if you do purchase this game. Conclusion time now, and Hitman World of Assassination is one of the best games of the last decade. Superbly made levels with infinite replayability. It's a complete blast and a must play. Unfortunately, the Switch 2 version is suffering from a few too many technical issues currently to wholeheartedly recommend. So hopefully after a few patches I could raise the score, but currently I'm giving Hitman World of Assassination on the Switch 2 a 7 out of 10 with a title of good. Honestly, if the issues are fixed later on down the road, the game's a 10 out of 10. It's a fantastic game, but it's a shame for launch the game isn't in perfect working order. So here's hoping they can fix this soon. So thanks ever so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you could like and subscribe, that'd be totally awesome. And as always, till next time, bye.